Hello there, my friends. So last night we were playing in Colin's Evil Spelljammer campaign. So this is a lot of fun. So we're all trying to learn a little bit more about 5e Spelljammer. One of us, Victor, he has played old-timey Spelljammer, like 2 point whatever, Dungeons and Dragons. So we're all learning. But anyway, let's get to the adventure, and hope you enjoy it. Thanks for everybody that's out there. 13,440 subscribers, I think we're at. So if you want to join the group, join us. And if you have any comments, put them in the comments, and like, share, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Okay, now that's out of the way. We'll talk about the campaign. So we basically infiltrated a base. Well, we landed on an asteroid that has a base basically cut out of the living rock. Now, they cut out of the asteroid. And Colin is really good at descriptions, so he describes this place. And we get orders from our commander to infiltrate the base and clear the way for more people to invade. So we're the force. So only 3 of us showed up for Spelljammer last night. So there's me. My character is Braggadocio. He's a bard. He's an astral elf. We also have a human warlock / fighter. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, cleric / fighter. My fault. That's Victor's character, and then Julia's character, who is like some kind of weird experiment. She's got like a thing in her brain. She woke up with amnesia. She's kind of angry a lot. So anyway, she also is a spellcaster. I think she's a warlock. So okay, so we land on the asteroid. We last time we had fought a battle, and we survived the invasion, and then we were given new orders to infiltrate this base. So the base, there's a front door to the base that's being guarded by 2 guards and 2 guard drakes. So it's funny because in our last session, our very first session, Julie and I found out that we had both taken sleep as a spell, first level spell. So we decided to combine our efforts and both cast sleep at the same time on the guards. So the guards fell asleep, and then the 2 guard drakes did not. So I decided to use some rations and my animal handling skill to, which I had a +3 in, to kind of throw some rations and see if we get the guard drakes to go chase them. Which one of them did and the other one didn't. One of them literally bit on it and the other one didn't. So I threw about 60 feet away, so the guard drake runs. And a guard drake, if you don't know, is basically like a giant lizard, dinosaur, crawly thing that's about as big as a dog, like a German Shepherd or maybe longer, has a tail. And so we... It's funny because I went to the zoo yesterday, like in real life, and saw the Komodo dragon. So that's what I pulled up that picture for everyone, and that's what I was thinking of. So anyway, so we got everything's good except for this one guard drake that won't bite. And I did the sleep spell because I'm a bard. I did kind of a lullaby kind of thing is what I was thinking. So I thought that would be cool. Soothe the savage beast, right? Well, this guard drake wasn't having anything to do with it. So it started coming at us, so we had to repeatedly shoot it with crossbow bolts from hand crossbow. I was rolling really well, and so I was hitting. Julia was not, and Victor was as well, but Victor gets attacked, and he gets hit by this guard drake. It bites him, and smacks him in the face with its tail. Well, then he's in melee range, so we stabbed him to death. So we killed the guard drake. We go up and dispatch the guards in their sleep, unceremoniously. Take their uniforms. I have prestidigitation, so I clean the uniforms of any internal fluids that may have seeped onto them in the process of them being neutralized. And so we enter the base, 2 of us, and then I give my robe to ID, who is Julia's character, because she's got to cover her head because she's got this big thing on her head. And so the other 2 of us are wearing like these dark, well, light black, I guess, like faded black fatigues. And so we enter the base. We bluff our way past a couple more soldiers, find a storeroom. The DM, Colin, says that there are muskets there. So like 4 muskets. So we're like, okay, cool. Well, we don't, and then we decide, well, we don't want to carry anything else, so we're just going to keep going. We find the infirmary. I pretend that I have some medicine knowledge. I actually do, but I actually go up to the main doctor, who happens to be a Thrycreen. So there's this giant praying mantis with a tight-fitting uniform. That's what Colin said, well-fitting uniform. And I say, I know you're busy. I know you got a lot of wounded here. I'll patch up my buddy here, but I just need to know where the supplies are. So he shows us to where the medical supplies are. So we get 4 healing potions and 6 healing kits, which is pretty awesome. So we use that, and we later we're going to use some of the gauze from the healing kits to make wicks for improvised explosive devices, which I'll tell you about in a little bit, which was kind of the highlight of the whole session, I should say. So we do that. We sneak out into this main corridor, and Colin's writing all this down on a map. He's got a nice dry erase melee mats map where he drew the whole complex, which was really cool. So we do that, and we get out into the hallway, and it turns out there's a lot of guards that are building a barricade. So we were supposed to facilitate the entry into this place, so we're going to have to take out that barricade probably. And there's a commandant who spies us and immediately says, "What are you guys doing?" So he comes up to us, and Victor, who was injured by the guard drake, says, "Well, I was just out there and I got wounded. I'm patched up now and I'm ready. What do you need us to do?" And he berates us, and Colin does this great southern accent, so that's kind of fun. Gives him a little bit of character, and he's like, "Since you're worthless in this man's army, blah, 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 blah." And he does this kind of thing, which I thought was pretty funny. And especially for Julia, who's not a man, and or her character is, though. So we find our way into helping move supplies. So we go through the kitchen area, the commissary. They're not serving anything, but we find out that there are gas lines, so that are external and cut and bolted in the stone wall. So I'm thinking immediately, I want to sabotage these and either blow the place up or cause gas leak and have them to evacuate. So we're thinking about that, and then we find a storeroom that people were taking the food supplies from, and then we find another towards the entrance, another guard shack, basically with more muskets. Okay, so here's the thing: if a DM tells you something twice, it's important. So I think, okay, I don't want the muskets necessarily, but I'll take the ammo. And at first I thought I'll take the ammo just to prevent them from using it against our own troops. But then we get back to the storeroom where there's nobody at this point. And I thought, okay, I want to disassemble this ammo, break it open so that I can take the powder out and make a bomb out of it, basically. Something maybe to blow up the barricade or start a explosion, a gas explosion. And then we go back out and we see that they've got the troops kind of all in a phalanx formation behind the barricade, awaiting the assault that they think is coming. So what we did was, I don't have any area effect spells. Julia does, though. So Julia's character casts this weird spell where we can't see what's going on, but it sounds like the maw of a interdimensional beast, and it's just like munching on people, and it creates difficult terrain. We hear slurping sounds, which is hilarious. So we were doing that, and there's a fire in the room, like an open fire for some reason, I guess to keep people warm. The officer's standing there, so I take some of the bullets and one of the boxes of powder, and I mix those together, and I throw it into I throw 2 of them into the fire, and it explodes. Well, it turns out I'm in radius, so I take damage, but I do a dex save, so I only take half damage. The commandant gets hit. A whole bunch of the soldiers get hit. So basically, we're left with like 4 soldiers standing, and the commandant who's heavily injured. And that's where we had to leave the campaign last night. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So Colin did a great job, and I think we all had fun trying to figure things out. But the lesson to be learned is if your DM mentions something twice, it's important. So think about that. So that's what I learned last night. And yeah, if you guys have fun playing Dungeons and Dragons or other role-playing games, tell me your stories in the comments below. I'd love to have you on the show if you want to be interviewed about your campaign. Send me a contact, and, let me know. Put it in the comments. We can talk. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one, because tonight we're doing Dolmenwood, second session, with my friend Ryan, who has the Verdigris table channel, which is awesome. We've done some videos together too, so check those out. And thanks again for subscribing. Again, 13,440 I think we're at. It's great to see you, and love you all. Okay, have a great one. May the force be with you. All that jazz.